safety and social responsibility, proficiency in survival craft and rescue boat, and elementary first aid. The post-sea courses conducted at PMA for nautical cadets are GMDSS, that is Global Maritime Distress Safety System, Navigation Control System, Operational and Management Level, ARPA Simulator Course, Radar Simulator Course, Oil Tanker Familiarization Course, and Advanced Training Program on Oil Tanker Operation. Engine Room Simulator Course is conducted through Engineering Department. Thanks.
Of employment and academic growth of Pakistani seafarers. Much of my subject has been covered by Captain Mujahid, and I will try to add some very effective facts in the world shipping nowadays. About 85% world trade is transported by ships. More than 50,000 ships are trading internationally. 1.2 million seafarers worldwide serving this industry, out of which 470,000 officers and 730,000 ratings internationally. The BIMCO ISF manpower updates were based on 1.5% fleet growth per year. Actual fleet growth rate may have been less than that due to the present recession in shipping. Because of the forecasted shortfall of seafarers, there was increased recruitment and training, particularly in India and Far East region, which made a surplus. The world trade has declined, causing unemployment of ships against the new buildings of 3.5 million tons deadweight. The older tonnage, for that reason, of about 1.5 million ton deadweight has been withdrawn for laid up or for scrapping. And still more ships are without employment, particularly on the dry cargo side. The current Baltic Index, which is often seen as global economic barometer, fell below 1,000 points currently for the first time since January 2009, and the expectations of low iron ore demand in China combined with the growing oversupply of the ships. This extent of 12 months decline in the index to 44%. According to the data of London Baltic Exchange, the charter rates dropped for all four types of vessels in the gauge, led by Cape-size bulk carriers, which declined by 8.3%. In the recent history of about last 30 years or so, the world has seen number of downturns in the shipping, first of its kind in early 80s, then in late 90s, and now after a great boom of shipping from 2003 to 2008, world is in the middle of another very deep recession in shipping. Another factor affecting the employment of seagoing staff worldwide is the increase in the size of ships on one hand and decrease in the number of crew employed on board on the other. We have seen at times when it was very normal to carry 50 to 60 crew on board an average size ship of 15,000 deadweight. After including VLCCs, ULCCs in the tanker market, and Aframax and very large bulk carriers in the bulk trade, now large container carriers have also joined the container ship market. Maersk Line has included a container vessel of 123,000 deadweight into its fleet. She has the capacity of carrying 15,000 containers. And she can navigate through the seas at a speed of 31 knots. And believe me, she will carry only 13 crew on board. In the past, ships of 3,000 TEUs capacity were considered as large ships, and they were employing minimum 25 crew each. This means the employment due to this one vessel is reduced from 125 crew on 5 average ships to 13 crew members only on this ship. There is another effect of its double speed, which I have not taken into account here. Another aspect is the globalization, which has brought the world closer and together. May it be the trade or employment or migration of people World is now called a global village, which has been possible due to the rapid development of all types of communication. The large and multinational shipping companies of the world open their offices in many countries simultaneously, and the business can expand beyond the boundaries in a minimum time. Some shipping companies have even opened their different departments in different countries. Leading ship owners have their exclusive manning offices in the countries like India and Philippines, from where they mainly employ the seagoing staff. Any changes in the geopolitical situation in the different countries and nations can more rapidly be monitored or watched all over the world. The changes in one country can affect the other countries in the neighborhood, or even at a distant part of the world. In view of these geopolitical situations, the ship owners and the shipping managers can change their policies on selection and employment of seagoing staff. The companies recruiting their crew from Pakistan and India may exclude Pakistan for some reasons, may it be political or ethnic disturbances or the effect of terrorism or Talibanization. And instead, they may include Sri Lanka, Burma, Indonesia, or even Vietnam and China. There are many other factors affecting the demand and supply of the seafarers, which include government policies towards seafarers, increased job opportunities ashore due to increased economic development, policies adopted by the ship owners and managers, demand for better terms of employment by seafarers, the influence of seamen union, the reduction in crew numbers brought about by the development in technology. Meanwhile, the world has been changing rapidly and the seafarers have to study hard to keep up with this change. Seafarers have to widen their understanding of the commercial environment within which they operate. They require technical knowledge and skill. They need to develop the power to keep watch and with a spirit strong enough to cope up with the stress and fatigue, and a strong sense of responsibility. These attributes can only be acquired through adequate training ashore and onboard experience. Shipping being a complex industry requires dialogue among the key players. There are several networks among the shipping communities which have been established to discuss problems and issues relating to the seafarer industry. There are, however, a few networks connecting the different communities together. The exchange of information and views among the communities become increasingly important in order to cope with the complexities of the world of shipping. The network among the governments, educational institutions and ship owners through internet will benefit all the parties in this region. And for this purpose, some of the leading companies have started working on this subject by providing the chatting network on their websites, in which the seafarers of different nationalities who had served together on board may remain in touch and exchange their views. However, face-to-face discussions will always be important. Today, the ship managers can monitor and control the selection of their staff from a distant part through online interviews, video conferences, and other adopted methods. They can train their selected staff in different parts of the world. Managers are in direct contact with their ship via satellite on phone, fax, and email. For this reason, the officers and crew have to be all the time on their toes, fully updated with the parameters which their responsibility may demand or their management may ask. At any time, day or night, the managers definitely choose the easily accessible countries for their crew recruiting and training, centers, where visa restrictions are less and the government policies are friendly. Something has gone beyond that. That is management of competence in shipping. In most of the cases, it is the people who make the difference between the safety and the danger. The repetition of statements like seafarers' competency has been dropping, or human error account for most of the maritime casualties. require the in-depth analysis. Competency is just one factor in a complex human performance matrix. The focus should be on human performance rather than competency alone. And alertness, attentiveness are the other two factors, which are often neglected but significantly contribute to the human performance. It has now widely been accepted that purely technical approach to a safer ship and cleaner seas are counterproductive. There is a growing concern addressing human performance beyond regulatory requirements. The crew cost continues to be a single highest contributory factor of all operations, which is more than 40% of the total operational cost. The industry has been manning numbers lowering to a particularly low level. What for the new skills are required in the shipping? Fully integrated equipment is now on the bridge and engine control rooms. Computer-based cargo handling equipment is there. Emphasis on leadership and training is required. Task and workload management, effective communication, maintaining good situational awareness. Training requirement of competent leadership and technical knowledge only achieved by extensive use of full mission bridge and engine room simulation. Multi-ship collision avoidance systems, escalating emergencies. Then cadet extensive training ashore and on board is very important and is a crucial stage in the development of the trainee. Cadets add value to the ship's team and ensure succession. Cadets bring fresh insights, questions, and enthusiasm. One cadet per ship now will create sufficient replacement by 2020. The Pakistan Marine Academy Old Boys Association, MACOBA, has been very seriously considering and discussing the issues of unemployment of young graduates from Pakistan Marine Academy. Several meetings were called, and along with other tasks, has been agreed that the task force on the employment will work as a bridge between young graduates and the potential employers, the ship owners and ship managers around the world, and will coordinate with the Academy, Pakistan National Shipping Corporation, and other related authorities in Pakistan in order to promote the employment of fresh graduates. The task force has proposed some important steps for collective action plan, which are to identify the potential employers and to seek assistance for Pakistan Marine Academy old boys who are already in this field, who have attained some good positions in the shipping and who can assist in finding the employment for our graduates. To adopt an approach in style of marketing with a good amount of preparation and with the skill of human resource management. To prepare these young graduates for their early days of employment on board by educating them as to what is expected from them as how they should prepare for the interviews. To arrange briefings and discussions on the prevailing employment trends on board ships in the international market. On the 14th of this month, the Employment Task Force of MACOBA visited Pakistan Marine Academy and had a discussion with young MACOBs who has just passed out and seeking jobs on board. The purpose of this meeting was to motivate young graduates and to exchange views, to brief them about the current job market position, to advise young cadets that while waiting for the jobs, they should not waste time and try to enhance their computer, IT, and electronic skills. Each one of the visiting seniors took a while to explain the current scenario on the job situation in the national and international shipping. This meeting has shown the positive signs in development of understanding between the seniors and junior MACOBs. In the end, I would like to emphasize that the world is witnessing an enormous shift in our approach, how we visualize the oceans and seafaring profession. With new and advanced technologies at the disposal of human beings, ships are high-tech machines. With reduced need of manpower, high qualified seafarers are required to run advanced ships. use of oceans has expanded much ahead of shipping, and now areas of study